So I'm gonna count down from 10 to 0. But then you should.
Hey YouTube, it's Talika back with another video. So today I'm trying to keep my hands down because I've noticed in my other videos that I'm talking way too much with my hands, and they're always like this with my mouth open. But I can't help it. I talk with my hands. So anyways, I just want to talk to you a little bit today about faith in your infertility. Now, a lot of people might see this video and say, okay, she's about to talk about God, so click, let me get off of this. But listen, stay tuned until the end. You don't know what I'm going to talk about in this video. All right, so I want to talk to you about me, about how I am coping with my infertility issues at this very time. So basically, I talked to you about polycystic ovaries in my other video. If you have not seen that video, please go watch that video, because I talk a lot about my diagnosis. It's the video is called My Diagnosis, but basically it's my diagnosis as 30 years old. I guess it'll show like this in the video. But anyways, so basically it's my diagnosis at 30 years old, me trying to conceive, and this is what's happening. I also have a video called My Endometriosis, and basically what that video is about is my endometriosis situation. So therefore, I'm asking you guys to go ahead and check those videos out, and then you'll see the reason why I'm on this particular topic. Oh, there's no music. Okay. My eye. Anyways, okay, so let's get into the video, and I just want to talk a little bit about me and how I'm coping. So again, I talked about having polycystic ovaries. I've talked about endometriosis. Now, my faith is what gets me through the day, you guys. There are times where you look and you're like, man, you know, so-and-so has the same issue that I do, and so-and-so is pregnant, or so-and-so has this, and so-and-so is here, and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, stop comparing yourself to other people, because at the end of the day, they might not be going through the same thing that you're going through. And maybe even if they are having the same issues or the same diagnosis, that person's body is different from yours, or you may be overweight and that person isn't, or whatever the case may be. So I had to learn, one, stop comparing yourself to other people, because you are not them, and they are in a different situation than you are. The next thing is preparation and faith. Now, people might look at me and say, Talika, you are crazy. But let me be crazy, friend, because at the end of the day, I will prepare myself, prepare my body, prepare my house for my child that I know that my God is going to bless me with. So therefore, I am in preparation. A stage of preparation basically means, for me, preparing my body to carry my child, preparing my house to accommodate my child, and preparing my lifestyle to accommodate my child. That might mean, and for me it does mean, preparing a nursery little by little, not anything extravagant, not just going out and spending thousands of dollars on nursery stuff and clothes and whatever, but in preparation, little by little. Now, my Bible tells me that faith without works is dead. So me having faith that God will bless me with a child and me not doing anything about it, for me, that is works without debt. Well, works without debt. That is dead works, in other words. So I am in preparation. So I have to make sure that I am ready. My body is ready for the carrying of a baby for 9 months. I have to make sure that my lifestyle, which means I have money in the bank, I have things that is going to, and I know that a lot of people are like, money in the bank, you know, you can never be too prepared for a child because anything is possible, anything can happen. Yes, I understand that, but that does not mean you can't have a little bit of savings aside just in case something does happen. So in that case, put some money aside so that if you need to have a whatever, or the baby needs something and you don't get paid for another 2 weeks, you have money in your bank. You can go buy whatever you need to buy for your child, or whatever the case may be. Whatever. But again, in preparation, put some money aside. Make sure that your relationship with your spouse is on point. Not meaning, again, that nobody argues, nobody does this, nobody do that, whatever. There's two different personalities here, so therefore you're gonna have disagreements, but that doesn't mean that somebody has to throw something at the wall and do all that foolishness. But just making sure that your lifestyle accommodates your child, that your house is acceptable for a child. That means that you don't have scalding hot water, that if your child was to turn on the pipe, he was burned up himself in 6 different ways. So in just different preparation, that's like later on down the years, but I'm just saying, just prepare yourself for the blessing that you're trying to see. So for me, again, I have bought things in the past. I've bought, like, you know, little things here and there, like little baby stuff here and there. There is a bassinet that I do have that I will keep until my child is here. I have a little clothing stuff. I have some blankets here and there. I got a little bit of stuff, but nothing major. I have not decorated this room or whatever. This room really is the guest room, but the other room, we have like 3 rooms. So the other room is like the office ///. But in preparation, we will be doing some things differently. So yes, so faith without works is dead. And so I am in preparation, preparing myself and my body for things that will be coming. So in that, having faith is very important, because sometimes we expect God to do it all, and we want him to come in and say, okay, Talika, stop doing this, stop doing that, you need to do this, you need to do that. But you should already know that. You know your body, you know what's going on in your life, you know your stress levels, you know all of that. So by eliminating some of those things, you can prepare yourself to get pregnant, because you know, as a pregnant woman, you can't be under too much stress, you can't be eating all this crazy stuff, you can't be doing all this nonsense that you probably do now. So prepare yourself for that blessing, so that when it gets here, you are in good health, you're not too stressed, your bills are paid, there's money in the bank, so you're not worried about all that stuff, and then you have money set aside for furniture for the baby, for extra clothes, extra blankets, extra this, extra that. So in preparing in faith, these are the things that I do or need to do to accomplish that goal. Now, I feel like when God sees us putting that foot forward and doing what we need to do, then he will do his part. And sometimes he's just waiting for us to do our part so that our blessing can come forth. Now, in certain situations, maybe it's different, but for many of us, we just sit there and say, well, God, I need you to do this, do that. And he's like, well, I need you to do this, do that. And so it is so important that we prepare ourselves in our infertility. Prepare yourselves in this moment, because I remember so many different stories in the Bible where the women were barren and then they gave birth, and then God opened their womb and they conceived a child in due season. So I am preparing myself, and I am very encouraged by that, because at the same time, we have to understand that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord and that are called by his purpose. So in the will of God, these things will come to pass. If it's the will of God for them to come, they will come to pass. So I am preparing myself for the perfect will of God. And so many of us like I said before in my videos, you have to command your day, because sometimes you do get down and out and hoping that you have a better day the next day, or the next day or the next day. But ladies, we have to command our day, especially when we have husbands, and some of us have other children that we're taking care of, other children we have adopted, or whatever the case may be. We have to be that person for them, and we have to be that mother, that wife, or whatever it is that we need to be for whoever's in our home. So we can't be in bed all day depressed and drained because we're thinking about things that are not happening. Sometimes you have to occupy yourself and occupy your time. So for me right now, I'm occupying myself with the YouTube videos, and I have other things that I'm doing on the side. So for me, I'm occupying myself in so many different ways and doing so many different things to allow myself to think on different things, have different goals and different hobbies, and even though I'm preparing for this particular blessing, I'm not solely consumed with this blessing that I can't be whatever I need to be for everybody else around me. So we have to be very careful in this process, trying to conceive this TTC process to get to that big BFP, big fat positive. Yeah. So we have to be very careful, you guys. And so I'm very thankful for all my subscribers, and all the people that are viewing these videos. You know, share with your friends and family, because somebody is, I know I'm currently in 2 different groups right now that the groups are basically, they're trying to conceive. Some of the ladies have already conceived. Some of them are praying for others and helping others, and giving different advice and things of that sort. So I'm telling you, like, I'm in a group called Women of Purpose, and what they do is they pray for each other. And one of the ladies, a beautiful woman, she conceived last year, and she has a great testimony about how God did it for her. And she has PCOS, and she has so many different testimonies about what God has done for her. And now she is living her blessing, because now she has her bouncing baby boy, and he's so handsome. Oh my God. But now she has a bouncing baby boy, and she is very thankful. But in doing so, she had to prepare. She had to prepare herself and her body to go through what it is that she now has, which is her baby. So, there is light again at the end of the tunnel. And I'm just hoping that I help someone to understand that you're not the only one that's going through it. There's other women out there that's going through the same thing, or even worse than what you're going through. And all you have to do is just lift your head up, and you need to pray, and you need to get through this, because you can. And I've heard so many different women with so many different testimonies of how God did it for them. And, I've heard so many different, I read something a few years ago about this lady who, she wanted to have a child, and she bought a crib, and she started piling clothes in the crib. She started putting baby clothes in the crib, and not knowing that 1 year later, she actually was putting her baby in that crib. And that, to me, that is like a beautiful testimony of what you prepared for, your preparation stage, your faith, with works. And, I know I've heard of another story about this lady who, she had no womb, she had no ovary, she had no uterus, she had no uterus. And in prayer, God gave her a new uterus, and the doctors were stunned because she had none. And so I'm telling you all of this to say this: there's light at the end of the tunnel, the dark tunnel that you're going through right now. Just be content. Find something to occupy your time. Find something to do. Get up. Get out the bed. Go do something. Go do something fun. Go get your husband. Go away for the weekend. Like, we're going away for next weekend. You know, we're going out. We have a great thing coming up with my nephew, and we're going to go there. And we're going to be gone for like 3 or 4 days. And so that's a great outing for us. You know, we're able to go to a different state that I have been there, but he hasn't. And we're able to just hang out and just spend time with each other. And so that takes your mind off of being in the house and thinking about all these things that are going on and all this stuff. So find something to do and find some place to go where you can just be okay, you know. So ladies, I'm definitely telling you that light is at the end of this tunnel. And whether or not you conceive or whether or not you do conceive, there is a reason for everything. So just keep your head up and just keep pushing, because God is going to do great things in our lives. So like, subscribe, and I will see you another day and a half for another video. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope it wasn't too much for you guys, but you know, you have to understand that this is greater than me and it's greater than you. So please like and subscribe and continue to watch our videos, or my videos, my videos featuring my husband on different topics. So hopefully he'll be in the next one. If not, he should be coming soon in one of these videos. All right, talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a wonderful day and be blessed and don't be stressed.